Good morning, people. I just want to have a little chat with you this morning about the date I talked of, the 11th of April. Now, yesterday was quite a monumental day. The period that we're in now with densities, 2012, I'll just recap a little bit. 2012, we went from, at the start of, into fourth density. No, from third into fourth. Now, when this started, it's not a one day thing where it happens instantly. It's a gradual thing. So from 2012 till yesterday, the Earth has been given a mixture of third density and fourth, with a mild level of fourth density. Now, yesterday, something profound happened. Is the third density bit separated from the fourth density. Now the Earth is gradually losing the third density. Now, it's never happened for 25,000 years, so not everybody realises what's going to happen and what the consequences are. Obviously, we were in the third density, negative. The polarity was negative. Now we're going into the fourth density, positive, and the polarity means that the beings on the planet will more than likely will favour positive instead of what we used to be, negative. Now this is important. This is because what we see happening already, it's playing out already. We see it, there's a great divide in the world at the moment. You see it with the US elections. We see it, with the rich and poor sort of thing. We see it. You don't have to be a genius to see that really playing out in the world right now, and probably always has. But now it's coming to a head where one's going to win or the other. I have it from upstairs, from higher density beings from the channeling sessions, that positive will start to really pull away from the negative, and vice versa, So it would be nice to see the positive people winning for a change, instead of these nasty bankers and the global elites winning all the time. I'm ready to see this change, and I'm going to pounce all over it. Well, I already have. Now, what we do as people is, we've just got to feel what's right to us and what resonates with us and our, the information that we take on, and the one that feels right to us. That's what we've got to go with. If you find yourself being 51% positive in your life, if you look back and start thinking, well, I'm going to be honest, have I been positive in most of my life, or I've been a negative person? Now, you've got to I would suggest people decide where they want to be, on which side of the fence they want to be on, and it's fine to be on either side. There's no right and wrong in it. It's whatever you resonate at, whatever vibration what comes across the strongest to you. Now, I've always been positive, even in the thickest negativity. I've always been positive in my beliefs. When I look back in the course of my life, doing negative things sometimes, but had a positive outlook on it. Now, getting your vibration right for this fourth density is going to be important for people. No one really knows, or I don't really know, how people are going to, what are the numbers going to be on which side of the fence. There's 7 or 8 billion people in the world now, so the big numbers, so pick your side of the fence time, people. Which, some people, probably don't realise they're doing it half the time, in the third density, of course. Now, I mean, I've always done positive things for people, I think, sometimes even when I've done negative, I felt like it was the positive thing to do. The negative bit. I know it seems mad, but that's how I felt, and that's how I feel. Now, get yourself right in your meditation and what seems the most important to you. I mean, for instance, a good way to test to see if you've got what side of the fence you're going to resonate on is if someone gives you some information, might be something simple, might be nothing important, your first thought that comes into your head, boom, on it. Is it positive? Is it negative? And that's the way I figure people, if they're the positive or the negatives. If they're self-serve, which they're going to be the negative people, or if they're positive and serve others. I hope to serve others. Keep myself nice, of course. But I like to serve others. And the people around me, Now, it's fine if you're a negative person. As well, that's acceptable, and that's, if that feels right to you, do it. There's no right and wrong with it. What the higher self says, and the people upstairs, I'll say, the channeling sessions, are suggesting if you don't resonate at the fourth density, when you die, whenever that might be, I'm not saying you're going to die because of it, you will get reincarnated into a third density planet somewhere in the cosmos, not Earth, where we've been reincarnated over and over again. We might have come originally from off planet, but we've been reincarnated here, and once you get here, you tend to stay to Earth, and get reincarnated after every life. Now, I'm hoping and working towards the fourth density positive, I just think that just fits me better, as a person, as my inner core and my belief systems, and, and everything about me, I think, always been positive, even when I was in the darkest days of negativity. Now, it's just how it resonates with me, it's not right or wrong. I look through, I've got this information, and I look through past people who were like maybe in my life before, or, family members I don't see very often, or maybe it's anything like that. And, it's so easy to see them and put them in the sector that they're in, positive, the negatives, and the third density people. Now, obviously, the older people are more likely to be in the negative, but the younger people certainly the ones after 2012 are more likely to be in the positive. To get a negative, to move up through the densities from third density to be negative, you would have to achieve 95% negative. Wherein to get into the fourth density, if you're positive, you only have to be 51% positive in your life throughout the course of your life. The negative one is very hard to achieve. Now, the negative one is like very hard to achieve, so it tends to get people more reincarnated. You understand? So people are going to stay in the third density longer. And in the third density, we're all slaves. That's it. Come on, speak it right, people. If you if you think differently, if you think you're a free person, good luck to you. But you ain't. Not in the third density, anyway. Not if you're resonating in the third density. You're controlled financially, through your birth certificate. You're actually, if you have an English birth certificate or a British birth certificate, you are property. I've talked about this in the past on my channel, that your birth certificate is your parents giving the right to the government of ownership, and allow them to govern you. Now, in the fourth density, people feel a bit different about control, because it comes less and less as the densities move up. As you move through the density, the control comes less and less. And in the fifth density, there's no need for government, there's no need for money, there's no need for most of the things that a lot of people in the third density would agree that it ruins the world, and it just keeps us all suppressed. Financial problems, you've got to work to earn money and to feed the food, so you're on a perpetual treadmill to chase money. Where in the fourth and fifth density, you just so don't need this. You can create money quite easily if you want to, or you can create things you want to resonate in your life: love, laughter, all the positive things. And bearing in mind, we could have went into a fourth density negative also, but because of the percentages of the earth, how the earth's resonating, how the people are seeing the world, most people are positive. So this has pushed us into the positive polarity, into the fourth density positive polarity. Now, a lot of suffering around the world, a lot of wars and things like that, all keeps us in a low vibration, all keeps us suppressed in one way or another. I'd like to say goodbye to third density, because it isn't. It's an hard density to get through, apparently, according to the Ra and the Lord of One. But you can do it in this one lifetime because of the time frame when we're here. Now, if you're alive now, you can do it in this lifetime. You can make this jump from third to fourth. Some people believe they've made the jump a long time ago and they've been in full density all their lives, like me. It's just my belief. I have no factual proof on this, and I wouldn't be able to prove it here if anyone wanted to argue the toss. It's just how I see myself and see the world. You know, it's just this is my own beliefs and nothing else. You know, and it's based on the reason I've come to this conclusion. It's based on my life plan, my life path. Sorry, in the past, how it's panned out and things panned out. And I feel like I've always come out smelling the roses in every situation. Some situations have been harder to achieve than others, of course, but I always feel like I come out smelling the roses, and it's kind of been bizarre, really, with my life, because you know, every time I've come out smelling the roses, the odds have been so stacked against me, and only because of my own doing it a lot of the times. But the odds have been, you know, self annihilation sort of thing, you know. Well, only because of my own doing. But when you sort of realise that, you think, oh well, if I just do something a little bit different, we'll get a different outcome. And I'm seeing that right now, you know. I'm seeing that playing out in my life, you know. A lot to do with meditation, a lot to do with the actual time we're in now with this polarity change. Now, I mean, I've had 10 years. I had a friend around a few days ago, I've been watching the channel and listening to the things I'm saying. And I explained to him sort of thing, saying that I've had like 10 years to get used to this and to understand it a little bit better, and you know, and I'm still learning it. Excuse me, and I'm still learning it, but I've had 10 years to understand it. Whereas, you know, I don't know how much content I've got, and a lot of the content's new to the people I'm reaching. You know, they've not heard of the Law of One, and they've not done the research that I've done, but they, you know, the ones that it resonates right with, they're like, bing, straight away. This is what we've been sort of searching for. They've gone through the religion thing. They've gone through, you know, the normal life plan of, you know, alpha males or females or whoever, you know. And they've come to the conclusion, maybe there's something into this. What we're saying is, there's so many. I mean, when you go through the Law of One, the reason I'm just, that's right, that's the real truth of the world, is because there's thousands of scientific things in it that man didn't know before this. Now man knows it now and accepts it to be true. You know, there's scientific stuff that you can't make up. Planets, truth about the planets, how many planets there is. You know, we think there's is it 9? Yeah, nine planets. We think it's 9, and that one day I can make it. I still teach the kids it's 9, but it isn't. It's more like 30, 35, between 35 and 40 planets in our universe. You know, NASA are finding these things all the time, of course, because they're looking in the right places, because they're getting a bit of information from upstairs. Now, I mean, if NASA told us today everything they know, the world would just change like that. The technologies that are out there that they're using on the people with our mobile phones, with, you know, they're trying to keep us in a low vibration, to keep us on the treadmill of third density. Because what you've got to remember of third density, they've got control of our money, the food, the water, everything of our life. But they don't in the fourth and fifth densities, because, you know, we can manifest things and we can create our own reality. And it's that simple, you know. It's not, you know, we don't have to work hard in a physical sense to achieve absolutely any goal we want in the fourth density. Sounds bizarre, I realise that. And a lot of people think, I'm mad, but the truth is I've always been mad, and I'm just finding my feet, if you know what I mean. It's not a negative thing, and it's not. I'm just realising the game. Better late, but I'm worth the wait. One love to Dean for that little quote. You know who you are. Anyway, so getting to this fourth density has been my goal for the last, year. I mean, I've known about it, sort of, not so much the date, but I've known about the existence of it for like 10 years and things, so, or near enough 10 years. Now, things you want to do with your life, it's so easy to just get on the treadmill of life, of the third density life, and just stay there. Stay there, because there's so many traps to keep us there. The fluid in the water, the poison in our foods, the metallics in our foods, and the crops, genetically modified, all to keep us low vibration. Now, coronavirus. Oh, we said it. I didn't want to say it on the channel, but I did. But anyway, the virus, and the vaccine, I believe that we get the vaccine, we keep in this low vibration, third density. This means you ain't going into fourth in this lifetime if you've got the virus, the vaccine. On the research that I've come across, this vaccine, it doesn't change your DNA. That's false if you hear that. It changes something called your DNA. I mean, obviously, I don't know if everybody's aware of this, and this is my understanding of it. Please engage if you think I'm wrong and whatnot. Anyway, but my understanding is the DNA sends the information, takes the information to your DNA in your cells on a molecular level. Now, they're not changing your DNA so much, they're changing your DNA. So how your DNA reacts to your DNA, this is what this vaccine does. And I believe in some places they've actually stopped them calling it a vaccine. It's untested on humans. Lots of people have had it now, of course, but it hasn't had the proper precautions taken with, like they do with normal medicines, because of this pandemic. Now, there may come a time when I think it's the vaccines have improved, or I feel like getting one. Now, I'm not saying to anybody don't get it on my advice. I'm not saying that. Please don't take it this way. I'm just saying how it resonates with me. Now, it's going to keep you in the third density. I'm pretty sure on this, and that's fine. For some people, some people need somebody to tell them what to do and when to do it. But then there's starseeds like myself who are just free, and suppression doesn't work on me, and I've been this way since I was 4 years old, apparently. I've probably been this way all my life, but, when I talk to my parents and things, I was so very headstrong at an early age, and, I knew my own man straight away, from an early age, because I've been here before, like we all have. The saying, don't you? That kid's been here before. And it was very much true for us all. I don't have conscious memories of past lives, but I feel like I will be able to access it. very soon. I'm going through the stages of what we would call Kundalini. I don't know if anybody's aware of this term. And it's just opening all your chakras with me meditation, some people's just open naturally. They don't have to meditate. Some people's, they have to work on certain areas in their life. Each chakra does, has a meaning of different things, But, we're in a space now with, towards the fourth density. Well, actually, we're in the full-blown fourth density now after April 11th. We're I forgot what I was going to say now. Bloody hell! Yeah. So now we've gone into the fourth density. We're in a more of a positive and a and the heart chakra. With love and compassion and things like that are going to become more important to the humans here. And it ain't just happening today, it's happening to everybody. The vibration's happening to everybody. It's just some people are not aware of it. Some people are more aware of it, that's it really. But I think as time goes on, millions and millions of people are just going to, boom, wake up. When I say wake up, I don't mean from sleep. I mean from more of a hypnotized state of third density. And it's just what third density does. It's not this, it's the same. Obviously, you could have third density positive, same as you can with the fourth density. Now, there's planets out there with third density positive. Now, you can go through this polarity change at a planet because of the numbers of the people who are being positive and the numbers who are being negative. Because obviously the negative is hard to achieve because you need 95% in your life of negativity. I mean, just imagine being negative for 95% of your life. Wouldn't that be awful? Wouldn't that be an awful person? 95% of your life. So 95% of things people say to you or things you do are negative. It's astonishing that how anyone could achieve it. And apparently there's not many people who have achieved that. To come up through the densities in the negative, in the third density. To achieve that 95% of it. I'll run through, and this is only according to the law of one. Genghis Khan did it. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Genghis Khan. He was the person who was responsible for making China what it was. He mapped China and conquered all the lands. China was very small when he took over, and then he made it a massive, massive country that it is today still. And for the whole of his life, he raped, pillaged, and murdered. So he achieved it. Now, I'm going to talk about Adolf Hitler. And this is all according to the law of one, of course. Adolf Hitler apparently killed 5 million Jews. And he didn't achieve it. So when he died, he didn't achieve the 95% of negativity. So he will be reincarnated, depending on when he died. Because nobody believes he died in the Second World War. Nobody. Not even the people telling the lies. The propaganda. No one believes there's no body. It was incinerated. All load of nonsense. So the Nazis, or some of the Nazis, went off planet. Went down to Antarctica and off planet. They were using portals and had a relationship with aliens from before the Second World War, 1930s, apparently, according to Ra and the Law of One. So when he will be reincarnated if he was born, if he died after then on this planet, into a third density existence again. It might even be on this earth still as a reincarnation, of course. So anyway, I'm going to cut that there, about there, with this one. It hasn't been too long. 30 minutes isn't too bad. We can get away with that. I think I'm going to do a bit of a comedy one next, because I have a funny side from time to time. It's not all serious in this house. But I'm going to do a video over the next few days, I think, with a bit of comedy. I have some cooking ones to put up as well that have already been filmed. But I need to do some editing with them, so I haven't got them up yet. But I will get them up to you, and because my food's very important to me, of course. My food, my drink, my music and things. Anyway, one love, people. Good night.